Turning to business news now with Nona Peltier, and Auckland Airport delivered another strong result today, Nona.
Yeah, not surprising with those tourism numbers. I mean, that sector's just been going gangbusters, hasn't it? And so that's been reflected in Auckland's result. I mean, Auckland Airport, they said they had a total of 17 million people through that airport in the last year.
Holy moly.
It's a lot of people. That's up 9% on last year, and that growth was kind of equally divided between domestic travelers and international ones. So lots of growth there in the tourism sector for the airport, and their revenue, of course, rose 13% to $574 million. So those are all pretty good numbers.
That's extraordinary money, isn't it?
Yeah, they really have been doing well. And of course, you know, the other company that we had reporting today was Chorus. Both these companies, Auckland Airport and Chorus, are parts of their business are in fact regulated, so they can only charge so much in any case. So both are going through a review process right now. Chorus's result was quite different from Auckland Airport's result. It was flat. I mean, because they had their fixed line as sort of a declining business, while the broadband fiber is an increasing business, so they kind of offset each other. And they delivered a flat result for them, and they got, let's see, $91 million. So that's a pretty good result as well.
And what did the market make of Chorus?
Well, they didn't like the Chorus result. You know, not surprising. It was a flat result, so it didn't show growth. And Chorus is unsure how they're going to get growth because they still don't know what they'll be able to charge for that fiber service.
Yeah.
So their share price fell 1.7%. That was down 8 cents to $4.55. Auckland Airport's price, it rose more than 1% and up 10 cents to $7.30.
Which by market cap is the biggest company in New Zealand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty large. I think it is number one, but there are some large companies, but their shares don't trade because there's not as much liquidity in them.
Yeah.
And so there are some pretty big companies in New Zealand, and certainly Auckland Airport is one of them.
Right. The other thing that we want to look at, because we've been previewing this a lot, is the New Zealand dollar, how it's reacted to the Feds.
Yeah, I know. Well, it looks like it's back on again. It looks like the United States Federal Reserve will indeed raise interest rates sometime this year. Now, Janet Yellen basically was cautious, but optimistic about a hike coming, although she didn't give a time frame. But hey, not to be disappointed, the vice chair came out just shortly after and said, well, there might be even 2 rises this year, one in September and one in December. That got the market very excited, and there was a lot of volatility in the currency markets, as you can imagine, and the New Zealand dollar fell a whole cent.
Against the US, obviously.
Yes.
So money went straight to the US after the Fed.
Yeah, the US dollar just, rallied.
Yeah.
And of course that's caused some turmoil in the Asian markets because, of course, if the dollar's that strong, then the markets tend to become a little bit subdued because people are chasing after the potential higher interest rates that are yet to come. But I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, it's like we're talking about going from 0.5% to maybe 0.25% more. So what's that? 0.75%. And maybe, hey, we might even get to 1% by the end of the year.
But if you're running a super fund and you have a huge amount of cash, then, boy, that makes a difference, doesn't it?
Well, 1%'s 1%, right?
Okay.
Anyway, so what do we get? The New Zealand dollar is trading at 72.4 US cents, 95.8 Australian, 55.1 British pence. And on the top 50 index, we fell about a third, which isn't surprising because Asia's down too. Down 1/3%, down 24 points to 7,367.
Nona Peltier, nice to have you back. Thanks, Nona.